In this video, I'm going to show how I express a fraction like 5/6 or 4,011ths as a decimal. I only need to remember that a fraction, like 5/6, is also equivalent to the division problem, 5 divided by 6. And that tells me exactly how I'll find my solution. I will have 5, and I'll divide it by 6. Reminding ourselves that when we're dividing, there are 3 different kinds of answers we could give. We could give our answer as a quotient and remainder, in which case we'd stop at the ones place. We could give our answer as a mixed number. Again, we'd stop at the ones place. But here we want to give our answer as a decimal, so we won't stop at the ones place. We'll continue on into the tenths and hundredths and thousandths and 10,000ths and all the rest. I know that I'll keep dividing until either the decimal part terminates or repeats, and I don't know how many decimal places it'll take for that to happen, so I'm giving myself the luxury of at least 4 decimal places. If I need more, I can always put some further zeros down. And I divide. 6 going into 5, no it does not. There were no groups of 6 made in the ones place. Now I've moved on to the tenths, and there are 50 tenths. I can make 8 groups of 6. That takes care of 48 of the 50 things, leaving 2 things left over. And now we'll move on to the hundredths place, bringing down the 0 that's in the hundredths place. We have 20 hundredths, and of those we can make 3 groups of 6. That takes care of 18 of the 20 hundredths. And that would leave 2 hundredths left behind. Continuing on into the thousandths, we have now 20 thousandths, and of those 20 things we can make 3 groups of 6, which again takes care of 18 of the 20 things, leaving 2 behind. And we notice right away a pattern seems to be forming. 20 things, we grouped 18, that left 2 behind, and so on and so on. So I can confidently say now that 5/6 as a decimal is written as 0.833 repeated, which of course could also be written as 0.8333 ... Either way, showing that the 3, not the 8, is the repeated part for this decimal. For the problem involving Blanche, Dorothy, and Rose splitting a cheesecake, we ended off with fractions of 11ths, and that was the amount in grams that the friends had eaten in cheesecakes. One of the friends had eaten 4,011ths grams, one had eaten 2,011ths, and the other had eaten 5,011ths. And in the video I said that I would turn that into a decimal, and this was exactly the method that I used. For the number 4,011ths, to write it as a decimal, I remembered that 4,011ths is the same thing as 4,000 divided by 11, and I carried out long division until the decimal part, in this case, repeated. So I have that 4,011ths is the same thing as the number 363.63 repeated.